Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Will Todd Chrisley's daughter get marriage blessing from prison? With the possibility of marriage on the table, Todd Chrisley's daughter wonders if getting her father's blessing from behind bars is a possibility. Which one of the disgraced reality TV stars' daughters has the possibility of marriage in her near future? Why does she need her father's blessing? Keep reading for the details. Will Todd Chrisley's daughter get marriage blessing from prison? On a recent episode of her podcast, Chrisley shared that getting married to Trent one day could be tricky. She explained that her current boyfriend, who she went Instagram official with recently, is a bit more on the traditional side. So he's a man that would definitely want Todd's blessing before taking Lindsay's hand in marriage. Chrisley explains the situation is tricky because how many visits should Trent have with Todd before it is appropriate to ask to marry his daughter? She said, "It's a tricky situation with my parents being incarcerated. What would that even look like? How do you even approach that? How many visits would be appropriate to do that?" Unfortunately, Todd Chrisley's daughter made it clear she did not know what the answer was, but she knew they would have to figure it out because of the type of man her boyfriend was. How long has she been in this relationship? Now this topic of marriage does leave Chrisley knows best fans with questions. Exactly how long has Lindsay been with Trent? After all, it wasn't too long ago she was dating a man named Suburban Dad. As TV shows Ace recently reported, Chrisley has been piecing together the timeline of her relationship via her podcast. Fans know she met Trent in February of this year. It, however, wasn't until May that they made it official. Exactly when it became official is a bit unclear, as she was reportedly still hooking up with Suburban Dad in May as well. From what fans can tell, Lindsay and Trent have been in a relationship for about 3 months. So, many fans of the reality TV family question if Todd Chrisley's daughter should be hearing wedding bells this early in the relationship. When it comes to the Chrisley family, nothing is ever simple. Between lavish lifestyles, public feuds, and a pair of parents serving federal prison sentences, the idea of a wedding should be a joyous occasion. But for Todd Chrisley's daughter, it might turn into one of the most unconventional nuptials reality TV has ever seen. Savannah Chrisley has been in the spotlight for most of her adult life. She's navigated heartbreaks, career shifts, and the constant glare of public judgment. But lately, her private life has been stirring whispers. Rumors of a whirlwind romance that could be heading straight for the altar. The twist? Her father, Todd Chrisley, may still be behind bars when the big day arrives. It's a situation that sounds like it was scripted for reality TV. A daughter planning a wedding with one eye on her bridal bouquet and the other on prison visitation schedules. Those close to the family say the topic has already caused heated debates, with Savannah determined to include her father in some way, while Todd, ever the showman, is reportedly floating ideas that border on theatrical. Todd's vision from prison. Sources say Todd has been making suggestions from his federal facility, dictating wedding color schemes, floral arrangements, and even guest seating charts during phone calls. "If I can't walk her down the aisle in person, I'm going to make sure my presence is felt in every detail," Todd allegedly told a close friend. He's reportedly proposed a live stream setup, complete with a professionally lit backdrop in the prison visitation room, where he could give a heartfelt speech before the vows. It wouldn't be the first time a high-profile inmate found a way to participate in a family event remotely. But it would certainly be one of the most Chrisley-esque approaches possible, equal parts glamorous and controversial. But Savannah's not just nodding along. According to insiders, she's pushing for something more intimate. A private pre-wedding visit with her father, where he can give her the traditional fatherly advice and blessing before she walks down the aisle. She doesn't want it to be a spectacle, a family friend shared. She wants it to be meaningful, even if the circumstances aren't ideal. While Todd has ideas about decor, Savannah's main headache is the guest list. With her parents' legal troubles making headlines for years, every invitation is politically charged. Should she invite people who testified against Todd and Julie? Would certain family members even attend if Todd couldn't be there in person? Nanny Faye, the family's beloved matriarch, reportedly told Savannah, "Honey, weddings bring out the crazy in folks. Just make sure you're marrying the man, not the guest list." It was sound advice, but easier said than done. There's also the question of where to hold the wedding. A lavish Nashville venue would be a nod to the Chrisley family's southern roots, but Savannah has also been spotted touring more private, secluded estates, possibly in an effort to avoid media frenzy. Still, the paparazzi's interest is inevitable. After all, a Chrisley wedding without Todd is a headline that sells itself. Public opinion and reality TV speculation. As soon as whispers of a possible prison-adjacent wedding started circulating, fans and critics weighed in online. Some see it as a sad but touching attempt to include a father in his daughter's big day, despite impossible circumstances. Others think it's just another chapter in what they call the Chrisley circus. Social media forums have exploded with theories, some insisting that the entire event will be filmed for a future Chrisley reality comeback special. While Savannah has neither confirmed nor denied such plans, she's hinted that the family's return to television is inevitable. And a wedding with a prison subplot? That's ratings gold. The groom's perspective. Not much is known about Savannah's mystery man, at least not yet. Friends say he's supportive but wary of the attention. He knew who Savannah was before they started dating, but he's still getting used to what it means to be part of the Chrisley universe, one source claimed. He's more private, but he's willing to bend for her happiness. He's reportedly told friends he's fine with Todd participating remotely, but he draws the line at turning the wedding into a full-scale media event. Whether that line holds in the face of Chrisley-level publicity remains to be seen. Julie's role. Julie Chrisley, Savannah's mother, is facing the same incarceration challenge as Todd, though she's serving her sentence in a different facility. While she's known for her softer, more reserved demeanor compared to her husband's flair for dramatics, Julie's absence will be just as deeply felt. Savannah is said to be planning a way to honor her mother during the ceremony, possibly with a seat marked with flowers and a personal letter from Julie read aloud by Nanny Faye. She wants both her parents to be present in spirit, even if they can't be there physically, a close family member explained. The emotional undertow. Beyond the headlines, the whole situation has left Savannah emotionally drained. Weddings are already high-stress affairs, but balancing joy with the reality of her parents' imprisonment has added a bittersweet tone to the planning. Savannah has opened up in interviews about how much she wishes Todd could be there in person to walk her down the aisle. "It's one of those things you dream about as a little girl," she recently said on her podcast. "And when you realize it may not happen, it's heartbreaking. But life doesn't always go the way you plan, so you make the best of it." That resilient attitude has been a hallmark of her public persona. But insiders admit she has her private moments of breakdown. "She's strong, but this is hard," a friend said. "Her dad is her hero in a lot of ways, and having him miss this milestone is a huge loss for her." The bigger question. In the end, whether Todd Chrisley's daughter actually gets married while her father is in prison may depend on a mix of legal timelines, emotional readiness, and perhaps even reality TV production schedules. If Todd is released early on appeal or through good behavior credits, he could very well be there in person, which would change the tone of the entire event. But if he's still serving time, the Chrisleys will face a decision. Delay the wedding for his release or move forward and find creative ways to include him from behind bars. Given Savannah's determined personality, it seems more likely she'll move forward regardless, finding a way to blend love, family loyalty, and her signature flair for making the best of bad situations. And knowing the Chrisleys, there will be plenty of unexpected twists before the final "I do." For now, one thing is certain. If Savannah Chrisley does walk down the aisle while her father is still in prison, it won't be a quiet affair. It'll be a moment watched, dissected, and remembered. Another chapter in the never-boring saga of America's most headline-grabbing Southern family.